10 minutes or anything, but just take it up and say, you know, just pump it up a little bit, and then Sarah is just getting like, oh gosh, what is he gonna say?
Hi. Sorry we're late. Hi.
For an hour we look for a parking place.
Hi, Mom.
You couldn't wear a jacket in time.
We're going out.
I hate that sweater.
When you guys say let's eat, and you guys go up to the table, Sarah, don't forget, you need to show Bob where he needs to sit, okay?
I thought I was doing that.
I didn't see it,
Oh,
so
I'm sorry.
I know you were like kind of back and forth, and then Bob just came up and just, all I saw was just Bob going up and sitting down, so. How about when you find out Bob's not Jewish, and you're down here and you guys are pacing back and forth, so notes for both Sarah and Bob. John pointed out something that might be funny. Sarah, like, you're like, no, they're good. I'm gonna die, and it's like, no. Energy, and you know, because the last couple times it's just been delightful time. Like, you're barely saying it to her, and it's like, no, that's the end of the scene. We're going black after that. And you just pulled this off, you know, you pulled this out of somewhere, and it's just like, to life, kind, you know, and then she's just looking like, oh my, so, okay?
Prescribe aspirin?
One a day.
That should be all right. Who's your doctor?
Dr. Hay, Highland Park.
Good man.
I bet he's not as good as you. I just hope you weren't the one who operated on Sylvia Klein.
I don't believe so.
Good. She died.
Where Seinfeld comes on. He says, one morning, his grandfather comes into the house. He's limping. They soak his foot in Epsom salts. They wrap it in a bandage. They take him for tests, x-rays, everything. Finally, his Uncle Herman comes over. He's smarter than the doctors. He doesn't look at the foot. He looks in the shoe. In the shoe, the old man had a rolled up sock from the night before. That's why he was limping.
That's very funny.
I thought it was funny.
Okay, talking to Ricky Fields, and Ricky is playing Bob in Beau Jest. So, what do you like about the character?
What do I like? He's very relatable. He is a actor / male escort, which I myself am as well. Very relatable. He's a pretty likable guy, and just it's a character you can have a lot of fun with.
What's your biggest challenge right now?
Lines,
Okay.
Certainly.
You're still working on that. How about the accents?
The accents. I actually do not have any accents in this show.
You're not supposed to do the accents.
I'm not. I have one Jewish prayer that I have to. Well, it's like it's a brucha for the wine that they drink.
Right.
But that's it.
Okay. Cool. So we open in 2 weeks, right?
We open in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Bob, what's your character in this show?
I'm playing Abe, the father of the bride-to-be.
So you've played characters sort of similar to this in the past, I think. It reminds me slightly of the Over the River and Through the Woods character. Actually, some of the conversation does.
That was Italian, and this one is Jewish.
Okay. How's the accent?
Bad.
Is it hard to do?
Yes, I'm toning it down.
Okay. All right. So what's your biggest challenge?
Timing, blocking, those are always my biggest challenges, but
okay.
It's fun working on it.
Good. All right, this is Annette Kazanowski. What's your character name in this show?
Miriam Goldman.
You're a little out of your age range in this show,
A little
aren't
bit,
you?
yeah.
Because you don't look. Well, I know you can play it, so that's not the problem. But what's the character like?
Well, she is your little old Jewish mother, and very. She is just completely out there. She will get right in there and argue over any little thing, but she loves her family and she wants what's best for them, which of course means that her daughter should marry a Jewish doctor.
Right.
And here he is.
There you go. Okay, what's your biggest challenge as an actress in this, besides having to act twice your age, or 4 times your age, or whatever?
Well, that is the main one, actually, is is trying to find a physicality that will help play age, that I'm not relying on wig and makeup to do it.
Okay. So you're not gonna go.
Well, we will do wig and
You'll
makeup,
do that, but you got to start with the physical part of it, right?
yeah.
Cool. All right. Anything else you want to say about the show?
I think it's going to be a blast.
Good. Okay. Talking to Michael Case, who is playing. Who are you playing?
Joel.
Somebody's dad.
Somebody's brother.
Somebody's brother. Okay.
Sarah's brother.
And you are. What's your purpose in the show?
My purpose in the show is to figure out what exactly is going on around here. He is suspicious from the very beginning of Dr. David Steinberg.
So, David, I want to hear more about your work.
Oh, Mother. Yeah.
Oh, that's all right. I don't mind.
I'd like to hear more about David's medical practice.
Oh,
What kind of surgery do you do, David?
oh, you know, whatever comes up. Hearts, brains.
What's your specialization?
I guess I'd say hearts. Yeah, hearts. I love hearts.
Where'd you go to med school?
And he starts to ask questions about the things that the good doctor says, and eventually outs him to Sarah and him, and tells Sarah basically, you need to tell the folks about what's going on, or I will.
What's different about this show than others you've done?
The cast is really small. It's
Is that good or bad?
well, that's pretty. Yeah, I like a smaller cast most of the time. It's a lot more intimate. It pulls you together a little bit more than it does with a larger cast. You don't get all these little clicks on the side going. I always like that kind of thing.
Right. What's your challenge? What's your biggest challenge on this show?
My biggest challenge is the fact that I have so few lines. I have to, there's a good chunks of time when I don't say a word, and I have to continually, I have to listen very carefully about to what's going on. Otherwise I'll miss a one line. I mean, they'll go like 2 pages and I'll have no lines, and then I'll have a line, and then it'll go another 3-4 pages and I'll have a line. So that's been
And you got to be reacting,
and I have to be reacting and be in the play the whole time,
Right.
and not really just sort of. I'm sort of with the audience.
Yeah.
A lot of the times.
Talking to Lauren Hodges, who plays
Sarah Goldman.
Sarah Goldman. Tell me a little bit about the character and the story.
Young Jewish kindergarten teacher, just out of her mother and father's home. They want her to date only Jewish boys. Thinks she's fallen in love with a non-Jewish boy, so she hires an actor to pretend he's her boyfriend.
Why did she hire the actor?
Because she's lied to her parents. She made up a lie to her parents and said, "Oh well, don't worry, I met somebody. Don't fix me up with anybody anymore." Because they keep fixing her up with all these people that they find, and so to get them off her back and to make them happy, so they don't worry about her, she hires an actor, and the actor ends up becoming a love interest, and it gets complicated.
Make up your mind type situation.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Cool. So this is different than what you've done. Mostly musicals.
Mostly musicals, yes.
And so this is the first time with something without the music. Sometimes the music is something to lean on, or sometimes it's a challenge. But it kind of depends on the show, I suppose. But yeah, you're maybe a little more naked in this kind of show than you are.
A little bit. It's been a bit of a challenge with the learning the Yiddish and the Hebrew, and with the Seder dinner, and we learn some of the prayers, and you want it to really be authentic, and you want it to feel like this is something she's grown up saying, and so I'm trying to work really hard on grasping that.
Right. Yeah. Well, the believability is part of the comedy.
Exactly.
So, yeah,
exactly.
So, anyway, so that's your big challenge. What were you were telling me? What are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward. This is the first show that my children. Well, I can't say first show in 5 years that my children will have seen me in, and they've done some line work with me, and they listen to Mommy doing her lines, and they correct me already, and which I remember doing when my parents, and being told that I did when my parents were on this stage when I was very little, and so I'm excited for them to see Mommy on stage, and to hopefully that'll be an encouragement for them in their future auditions. So.